A Way of Life. My name is Keisha. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Just wanted to come on here to talk about the month of November and the Taurus full blue moon happening on October 31st. So anytime there's two full moons in 1 month, the second is considered a blue moon. And that is very rare. So not only is it a rare full moon, it's important because Taurus is currently in the planet of Uranus and has been since 2018 and will be until 2026. And Uranus is the ruler of the age of Aquarius, which is what we moved into as of Juneteenth of this year. This is going to define the next 2,000 years. Saturn rules our responsibility. And over the last 2 years, we've put our responsibility in governments. And when Saturn moves into Aquarius, we are going to put our responsibility in ourselves, humanity, and the collective. Not to mention, full moons represent endings of things that no longer serve you. So we are officially ending the Piscean age, which has been the victim mentality. Blame everybody but yourself. Don't take responsibility for your actions, your behaviors, your emotions. Pisces is a water sign. And we are waking up to this illusion. Pisces rules illusions, delusions, and mental health about, how this material world doesn't actually really belong to us. We'll be moving into some more spiritual energy and understanding of thyself. And I think it's just going to be really amazing to be able to put all those thoughts and things that we might have been thinking weren't right, were incorrect. We should take more responsibility for ourselves. But how do we do that? We're going to start to take all of those ideas and put them into our reality in real practical ways, which I think is kind of dope. Full moons also shine light on secrets. And Uranus is about the truth. So we could see some shocking truths come out, especially in a very emotional, I feel kind of way, because it's a full moon, and full moons rule our emotions, feelings, and the way we process our thoughts. Taurus rules stability. I want to say sustainability. It's part of it. Sustainability, stability, safety, security, and they do not like sudden change. So something could be coming up for you wherever this is playing, whatever area of life this is playing out for you. You could be experiencing some kind of sudden change that is very uncomfortable. Uranus rules sudden shifts, breakthroughs, future, revolutionary change, adjustments, the multiverse, and the higher mind. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So we're going to have a lot of mercurial things, but again, that spiritual, more on a spiritual level, a soul level even. The possibility of unexpected changes is going to be amplified at this time. This is going to break up any stagnant energy that you may have been experiencing. Uranus is the opposite of Taurus, which is breaking down to get through to the truth, or predictable energy. Which is reinforcing that energy of Pluto and Capricorn, the stellium of energies, which goes to the stability part. And, that's going to be, how are we using our money? How are we securing ourselves? What kind of safety are we creating? Taurus is going to be having us ask all those questions. On the other hand, we're going to be, it's going to be reinforcing that breakdown of the old paradigm, governments, authority. And then on top of that, we are officially in Scorpio season. And that's going to be amplifying the truth, because Pluto is about the truth, to get to your truest, deepest desires. What is it that you really want? So we're bringing light to secrets, to have bigger conversations, to get to your truest desires. That has really been the theme throughout this entire year, honestly. But it's going to come up in a very unconscious way with Pluto, because Pluto is our inner self. It's the underworld. It's the cycles, the patterns that we have. So these things will will bring light, that, oh God, I'm doing that again. Or, well, because this is the third time this conjunction will be activated on November 12th, it could be, okay, this is happening again. What else do I need to reconstruct to get out of this old, stale, stagnant pattern? And it could come up in such a way that's like you just find yourself doing something that you didn't plan, because your inner self is acting outwardly. Or you could be talking to yourself and saying things to yourself, and you're like, oh, well, I don't know if I really meant to say that. But analyze it. Ask the questions like, why did I say that? Write stuff down. Do the work that is being required of you at this time. Uranus is going to bring that shocking, unexpected, sudden energy that's like, where have my feelings been in a rut? Because, right, we've been in all this Saturn energy, and Saturn is about getting business done. We're not worrying about our feelings, emotions. We're not worried about our love life. That wasn't at the forefront for us. It was get work done by any means necessary. That means everything else falls to the wayside. So Taurus is like, it's about our feelings, our sixth senses. It's very sensual. It wants to feel pleasure and beauty and abundance, because it's ruled by Venus. So Taurus is like, how do you do what you need to do so you can come out of your comfort zone, right? Ask yourself those tough questions. Do you have a false sense of security? Are you suppressing or holding on to things that no longer serve you? Putting in the effort, and you will be rewarded at this time for making any kind of change. The universe is giving you that 2020 vision of who you are, that mirror. You are being, whether it comes in the form of a person and something comes up and you don't like it, address it. Whether, again, it comes up as you doing self-negative talk, address it. Family issues with siblings, friendships. You could be online. Uranus rules the media, social media. Things could be coming up that are like, hey, I want to do that too, Uranus also rules your groups of friends, people you belong to. Are you following people who are challenging you to do better and be better? I feel like I've talked about this now for like 1,000 times. Oh, well. It's Mercury retrograde. Repeat. Ask yourself those tough questions. Do the work to heal. Get it out in the open, in the light, so that you can begin to receive resources and information on how to get through this time. Because if you're not doing it, you are going to feel an external wake up. That's just what Uranus does. Not to mention, we have Mercury in Libra square Saturn and Pluto and all those Capricorn energies. Um, this is more siblings, neighbors, community conversations, conversations with your significant other, all relationships, friendships, business partnerships. Um, are you in the right ones? Are you choosing the right ones? Um, have that conversation about it. Talk to your family, talk to your siblings, get a mentor. Capricorn rules mentorship, counseling. Libra rules counseling, marriage counseling. Maybe it's something you got to do to keep the relationship together. Family counseling, interventions, because it's the political season. Oh my God. Like, are we not seeing enough conversations about that already? Like, I'm over it. But I think even on a bigger scale, what we're seeing with Ice Cube with this contract for the Black America, which I think is amazing, by the way. Whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant, but we are still in the midst of all this retrograde energy. So yeah, we're doing things like having a contract for the Black America during this political season, having conversations about Democrats and Republicans and right, left, and independents. But this time, I think we're finalizing and ending. And I think it's best to end this way with something more concrete, like a contract for Black America, so that we can stop having this goddamn conversation and move on already, right? Because don't we know this shit ain't working? I mean, come on. The illusion is over. Like, the veil has been lifted. Can somebody say amen? I'm sorry. I can talk about this all day. But what I will say, for the people that I'm following, my social media, who's on my platform, is that I'm seeing a lot of people have these really important conversations and asking the serious conversation. So we're having that repeated conversation to allow people to get that shit off their chest. And then we're saying, okay, so we heard all sides and seeing what everybody had to say. What are we going to do next? Is it still relevant that we even have a political party, period, a political conversation, period? And I gotta be honest with this Uranus energy again. Saturn is going to move into Aquarius, so it's going to be all about ourselves. I think we're going to move into more universal medicines, and workings, if you will. And we're going to be a lot more independent in that way, where we'll be bartering for systems. There will be a lot of home businesses where you can go to get these types of things. Very old school stability, sustainability, because America's in debt. And that has a lot to do with why we're going through all these changes too. So it's not just that the school system sucks, or just that the racial disparities is absolutely disgusting. In fact, I think it's even way bigger than that at this point too. Like, our health is really freaking bad, okay? We need to eat better. How about we start there and forget about somebody's fucking color of their skin? Like, is that more important than your health? Really? Can we have that conversation? I'm sorry. I'm lit right now. But, we'll be having these more important conversations and how to build economies around that. I think we'll have more shocking events that will lead to these types of things, because, our earth is feeling tremendously from a lot of the bad habits that we have. It's going to be more of a spiritual change, and this whole racial disparity is going to be a wrap. Like, we're not going to be talking about color for much longer. It's going to be about That's my soul tribe. Like, I vibe the fuck out with that person. And those are my group of people that I want to be with. So start thinking about, who is your soul tribe and what does your soul tribe consist of? Does everybody have a skill that'll help all of you live sustainably in some kind of way? And can you barter off of each other and move off of each other? And this is going to happen in various different ways. It'll be through business, it'll be through family constructs and community constructs. So online businesses will be bartering or sharing services in some kind of way. Like, for example, businesses will start to partner and collaborate with one another, because some businesses are going to completely fail without it. And then, family wise, it's like some people are going to be struggling so bad that, they need the additional help. So moving in, moving out, friends that you had who you thought were the real deal, unexpectedly something comes up and you're no longer friends anymore. Relationships, all these types of things are going to be moving in and out, changes going on to get you to the right where you need to be. Not to mention, we'll have another strike of that Saturn Pluto conjunction with Jupiter on November 12th, and this will be the third time. So I don't think it's going to be as bad as it has been. Like when it originally started, it was the lockdown and the deconstruction. It's going to be the expansion of the deconstruction of this old order. But there's two storylines going on. It's the deconstruction and the rebuilding at the same time. So we'll be subjected to some stuff. I think when Mercury turns direct on the 3rd, which is the same day as the presidential election, is going to be crickets. We're not going to hear anything. They're not going to know nobody's going to know for a few days, maybe. Or there's just going to be some kind of confusion around. There's just going to be a bunch of confusion around that time period, for everybody, not just the election. But that's going to, whenever they do come out with some answers, that's going to definitely bring some civil unrest, depending on who wins. That's definitely going to bring in some social disparity. And, whatever. This will also be playing out in your life somehow, which I'm working on doing where that will be playing out for you, what area of life that will be playing out for you. Horoscopes, because not only do we have Mercury turning direct, but Mars will be turning direct, and on the 26th, Neptune will be turning direct, and then on November 30th, we are officially in eclipse season as of the 1st, and on the 30th will be the actual eclipse in Gemini, and then I believe on December 26th we'll have the second eclipse in Sagittarius. So now's just not a good time to be making decisions. Just keep having those conversations. Keep working on yourself, doing the work. Self-care is going to be great at this time. And don't make any final decisions until, I would even say, the middle of December, just to give those planets the momentum to build. But you will begin to feel movement when these planets go direct, which I think is going to be a great thing. Now on a lower vibration, this is very animalistic, rage, envy, jealousy, and sexuality. A lot of that pedophilia stuff is going to come up again, and people are going to talking about the gay gender, the LGBT gender, and you'll hear a lot of this stuff coming up. Don't have to like it. These things still need to be discussed so that we know how to move forward, right? As long as we keep that in mind, that we're not having these discussions to just have them for whatever reason or any reason, but to deal with and heal from these things. And the higher vibration of that is the phoenix rising from all of this BS and having the ability to look above and beyond, to see past the issues, to make good decisions and discernment. And, the light can't live in the dark, can't live in that kind of light. So that's what we're all striving to get to. As usual, I hope this information was helpful, and please do stay tuned for those horoscopes. I'll have eclipses that will include a lot more on the retrograde, the direct planets, and Jupiter and Aquarius. I have a webinar coming up and a whole bunch of other good stuff. So stay tuned. Peace.